My name's Michael Ensor.
Well, hello, Michael. Nice to meet you.
And your my wife, Sue.
Your wife, Sue, sitting in the car reading a book. Quite the way to spend a quiet Sunday.
Very pleasant place to come. Lovely to Stansted Park.
Gorgeous car, isn't it? This is
Thank you very much.
1920s?
1928. It's a 1928 20 horsepower, and I've had it for 4 years.
And obviously put a lot of time and effort into it.
I bought it just before lockdown, so I spent most of my lockdown happy in my garage working on the car. When I bought it was a bit of a wreck, but during that time I've been able to work from tip to toe, try and get it reliable. And in fact today is our first major outing that we've actually done. So it's quite a long journey to get here. And
where
everything's
are you from?
We live in Bexhill-on-Sea, so it's a nice 70-mile journey through the lovely countryside. And I'm very pleased that my vehicles behave very well.
Well, it's nice to hear that you've put so much of your own time into it, because, you know, we hear stories of cars where the owner's just thrown a huge amount of money at it and a huge amount of experts. I much prefer those stories where somebody has said, oh, I've got some time on my hands, I'll do it.
Yeah. I've done a lot of it myself, but obviously if there's something particularly difficult, then I've got a specialist in St Leonard's at just historic cars. I might as well give them a mention. And they did a lot for me. And last year I held the whole engine out and they rebuilt the engine, so that was good. And this year, because I've got now an engine that really works well, I thought I'd better get the brakes sorted out so I can stop. So this year they've actually replaced all the brake linings, and I've got the servo linings have also done. So the brakes are actually now quite good, so I'm pleased about that.
So this has got the steel cycle wings and the steel
Yep.
bonnet and obviously the radiator surround, but that looks suspiciously to me like a material.
I think it is. Yes, it is. It's. I think it's supposed to be leather, but I think it's artificial leather on a aluminium frame. I mean, this has had a checkered history, because when it was originally made in 1928, it was a two-seater doctor's coupe, hard top, with a dicky seat at the back. And within 10 years, that body was removed, and it had a southern manufactured four-seater drop head, and I've got photographs of both of those of when it was made in the 1930s. It went off to Canada, so it's actually shipped out there. And while it was in Canada, it had a catastrophic fire, and the engine was destroyed and the bodywork was destroyed, and it was dumped to the back of a lumber yard for 20 years until somebody in Wales heard about it, and they repatriated this burnt-out wreck back to a specialist in Anglesey, and he then put a more modern engine in, but this new sort of Bentley replica Van Pla body on it, and rebuilt it. But I don't think he ever finished it. So when it was sold in the 1980s, 90s, it changed hands quite a few times because nobody finished it. But when I bought it in 2020, it really just didn't work. So that's why lockdown was brilliant, because I could actually make it work and get it back on the road. So I'm really quite chuffed that it's roadworthy again.
It's a credit to you. I'm interested in the comment that you make there, because it was not at all unusual for these early cars to have 2 or 3 different bodies through the course of their lifetime.
Yeah. No, there's still much more I want to do. Currently, challenge is I'm changing the upholstery, so I'm actually getting some new cushions in there, proper leather, changing the colour from the green to a burgundy colour of leather. Green on the outside, but burgundy on the inside. So I'm sure I will keep improving it.
I'm sure you will. I mean, it's a labour of love, isn't it? And I do like the hood. Clearly that's a new hood.
That is a new hood, yes.
Beautifully made.
Thank you very much. So again, we've got
Now, you're not going to tell me you sewed that yourself.
No, I didn't do it myself. No. There's a specialist in St Leonard's on Sea called Dave Upton, and he and his father specialised in upholstery, and he made that hood and all the tonneau cover for me.
Beautiful job. They've done really well. Always nice to hear stories of craftsmanship. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Thank you for
giving me the chance to talk the story.